Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Pete Corsaro from Grouvee.com. We're going to do part 8 of our King's Quest 6 playthrough here. This might be the last episode. If not, we'll do one more because we're really close to the end now. At the end of the last episode, I wasn't sure if I'd gotten everything I needed to beat the game, and I wasn't quite sure if I'd screwed the game up because Sierra adventure games are like that, where if you don't do something correctly, maybe, I don't know, a third of the way through the game, and you'll get to the end and realize you didn't do it right, well, you're fucked. So you have to go back and play the whole stupid game over. That's not the case. We're okay. There's 2 ways to beat this game, and we're going to do it the second way. I guess some people might say this isn't the best ending because I don't think you get all the points, but screw it. We're far enough in. We're going to do it that way. So we need to get into the castle right now, which we've got everything we need to do that. We're going to cast this paint spell here. The magic paint spell. We got the swamp ooze in the last episode. We got the river Styx water a couple episodes ago. I've had the feather for a long time. Styx water and the swamp ooze are already in the cup, so all we need to do is stir it up, paint it, and cast a spell, and we're good to go. So we'll take the horse feather and we'll take the horse feather and stir up the cup.
Alexander dips the large black feather into the teacup and stirs the contents gently. To his amazement, the jet black color of the feather slowly drains from end to tip into the teacup. The teacup mixture blackens and thickens to a paint-like consistency. Alexander carefully puts it away, discarding the drained feather.
All right, our paint is made, so let's, I think we do this.
To paint something,
Yeah.
Alexander must first choose a location where he wants to paint. The paint can then be used on that location.
Okay, so let's paint the wall.
Feeling artistically inspired, Alexander decides to make use of the large blank castle wall. Ah, a doorway. Just what Alexander was thinking this wall needed.
And now we'll cast a spell.
With trepidation, Alexander gathers his strength for the enchantment of the painted door. Magic paint, black as ink. Bring to life what I think. Make it real what I draw, according... The spell worked. The door has magically solidified.
I don't think I clicked the button. I don't know why I just cut short the audio there. Oh well. Got our door, let's go.
Eager to be inside the castle at last, Alexander opens the enchanted door and steps inside. The magic paint door fades back into the wall. So much for an easy exit.
Okay. I know we need to go in this door.
Alexander opens the dungeon door and slips inside.
Mother? Mother, where are you?
So if you remember when we were in the land of the dead, we picked up a handkerchief from a floating ghost who said that her son, her dead son, was kind of wandering in the land of the living still, and this is him. So we need to give him her handkerchief. There we go.
What's the matter, little boy?
I'm lost. I can't find my mother. I don't know why she would just leave me here. I've been alone ever so long.
You must be the son of the spirit I met in the realm of the dead. She gave me this handkerchief and asked me to tell you that she's waiting for you there.
It's Mama's. It even smells like her. I can feel her now. I know where to go.
Wait. Before you go, Is there anything you can tell me about the castle?
I like to play in secret places. In the basement behind the Man of Steel is a door. Nobody except me knows it's there anymore. Farewell.
Cool. Just go to that steel door steel man he's talking about.
Remembering what the little boy ghost said, Alexander experiments with the suit of armor. He pushes down, then pulls up on the knight's right arm. A secret passage. Alexander hears the sound of voices coming from nearby.
Alright, let's check out what's behind this hole here.
Alexander peers through the chink in the wall.
The chink. That seems racist.
Captain, I've been hearing rumors from the guards who've been watching the princess. They say lately she's been pounding on her door and begging to be let out. Ain't none of my business, sir, but news like that is upsetting the other dogs. Ain't no guard in the castle who would willingly keep the princess anywhere she don't want to be.
Hasred claims that a foreign intruder is here to assassinate her. That's why she's got to be kept under lock and key, right up until the wedding.
Call me an old dog that can't learn new tricks, but I say the princess should be the one given the orders.
Alhazred has been in charge for months, what with the king's death and Casima's mourning. Tonight, the wedding will seal it, and there's nothing we can do about it. Like him or not, he's our liege. Need I remind you of your oath to the crown?
Aye, we've an oath. For the sake of the princess, we'll not be forgetting it. He'd just better treat her well.
Speaking of the Wazir, what do you reckon he's keeping in that magical room of his?
It's not a magic room. It's just the door he's enchanted somehow. I say he's still got the royal treasury in there, along with whatever else he's so eager to protect. Not even the court treasurer is allowed in there anymore.
I heard him in the hall the other day. He was speaking of that door. Black magic is what I say. I heard him say, Ali, but then Bay came up and started yapping at me.
Enough! It is not our place to question the practices of our liege, no matter how strange. The wedding will be starting soon. Report to the throne room when you hear the music start.
Okay, the game is saying, remember the 3 letters Ali. Okay, so we learned that. Now we need to go upstairs.
Phew, that was a climb. Alexander hears the faint sound of a woman crying nearby.
Okay, and we do want to look through this hole, but not yet. We need to go do some stuff before we do that.
Alexander hears the sound of scratching coming from the other side of the wall. Alexander looks through the chink in the wall.
Dear Shadrach, salutations from the Society of the Black Cloak, etc., etc. My long preparations are about to come to fruition. In a matter of minutes, I will wed the lovely Casima. Once I've established my power and my crown, I can stage another accident. The princess has proven infuriatingly stubborn, as you know. She's becoming quite a dangerous little thorn in my side. In a way, it is a shame I have to kill her. She is lovely and would be amusing to keep around, but I can't risk her talking treason to one of the guards. So far, I've managed to keep her locked away, but I can't continue that forever. Well, on to it now. I'd send her to you, but as you know, I had no luck in doing so with Mordak. I close in triumph. King Abdul al-Hazred. And now to see to the final preparations. It's almost time for the wedding.
The Wazir's words fill Alexander with blazing anger and fear for Casima's life.
That blackguard! That murderous swine! He'll not have his way if I have anything to say about it.
Alexander sees lots of black cloaks.
Alright, there's a couple things we need to get in here.
Alexander opens the ebony box and looks inside. Inside the ebony box is a piece of paper with the word Zebu printed on it.
So we need to remember those letters and the other 3 letters we learned earlier, the Ali. So Ali Zebu, we'll use that later. And then we need to get into this chest here.
The trunk is locked.
And so, this is what I was talking about. If we hadn't gotten this key in the land of the dead, we wouldn't be able to get the thing out of here we needed. And we wouldn't be able to beat the game. And there would be a lot of swearing. So that's what... Sierra games are awesome, but man, they can piss you off when they fuck you over like that.
Alexander inserts the skeleton key in the trunk's lock and turns it. He hears a click. Alexander opens the trunk.
Because we need to get this letter.
Alexander picks up the most recent letter and examines it. The letter is addressed to Abdul al-Hazred from the wizard Shadrach. It reads, "Greetings to a brother of the Black Cloak. I was sorry to hear of great Mordak's death, though he was a bit of a ninny at chess. It seems the plans for that little kingdom of yours are coming along. I must congratulate you on your handling of the king and queen. Isolating the islands so that no protest could develop was another brilliant stroke. It looks like there's not much left to stand in your way. Do as I recommended with the girl, and you shall have your crown."
That fiend!
Alright, let's go back the way we came. Into Narnia land here.
Alexander crawls back through the wardrobe to reach the secret passage. Alexander hears the faint sound of a woman crying nearby.
Okay, now we can look through this hole.
Alexander peers through the chinks in the wall, trying to locate the source of the crying sounds. Alexander's palms begin to sweat and his heart to race. It's Casima. He's found her.
Psst! Princess Casima!
What? Who's there?
It is I, Alexander. I'm here behind this wall.
My, how suave that sounds.
Alexander? It really is you! Oh, I knew you were close by, but how did you get inside the castle walls?
It's a long story and not important now. You did get my ring.
Oh, yes. It has brought me such comfort, Alexander, to know you were close by and had not forgotten. But you shouldn't be here. You're only endangering yourself.
I'm afraid I'm not the only one in danger. Princess, be brave. I've heard such vileness today, such evil.
What is it?
Al-Hazred. He is not what he appears.
I've known that for years, Alexander. But with Mother and Father gone, I'm afraid there's no stopping him. But tell me of what evil you speak.
I have been so afraid for my kingdom, not knowing what he plans.
The kingdom is in trouble, but the real threat at the moment is to your safety, Princess. Alhazred has such plans. You don't want to wed Alhazred, do you?
How can you ask? Of course not.
If you do not wish to marry him, Cassima, you shall not. I promise you. But we must get you out of here now. You are not safe.
But Abdul would tear the castle apart if I were to disappear from my room. You shall have to do what you can to delay his plans from your end.
I can't just leave you here.
Alexander, do not despair for me. I have been safe in this room for nearly 6 months now. Abdul can be in no hurry, whatever he plans. After all, I'm to be his bride, am I not? I have been planning too, you see. I believe I can escape. If I can only get a chance to lay my hands on a weapon, there might be an opportunity in the hustle of the wedding.
But
Shh, just a moment more, then you must go. Let us not waste time with words. Please, let me just look at you, dear Alexander.
Okay, so we needed to... The reason we couldn't look earlier is because we needed to get this letter so we can show it to her.
I found this letter in the Wazir's bedroom. I think you should know what it says.
I can't believe it. I had my suspicions, but this confirms everything. Alexander, you must keep the letter. You might have a chance to show it to someone who can help you stop Alhazred. Just be careful.
And we need to give her this little dagger for later.
Here, take this dagger. It's not much, but it might come in handy.
Why, it's perfect. This is just the sort of thing I've been looking for. Thank you, Alexander. I'll keep it close and use it if I must.
That's all we really need to do.
Alexander stands in the secret passageway, so close yet...
Yep.
Alexander looks with longing at the fair Cassima. She's even more beautiful than he remembered.
Oh no! Someone's coming!
The lock on Cassima's door rattles abruptly.
Alexander, hurry! Step away before they see you!
Alexander hears scuffling and a woman's brief cry from the other side of the wall. Then, silence.
Okay, well, we're done with what we needed to do in the secret passage, so we're gonna leave. Okay, I'm just gonna walk this way real quick to talk about the other way to beat this part. Jolo's room, the little court jester guy I was talking about, is right here. If we had befriended him, we could have gone in there and given him the fake genie lamp, and then he would have swapped it out and given us the real genie lamp a little bit later. But since we didn't befriend him, we can't do that. We have to beat it another way. Okay, so let's go into the door with no handle.
Alexander doesn't see any way of opening that door manually.
So we have to talk to the door.
Since the door on the west wall has no visible knob or handle, Alexander decides to try to open it with his voice. He composes his words carefully.
So like I said, we learned the first part is Allie, based on the guard dogs, and then the last part is Zabu, or whatever the hell, however it's pronounced. We found that in the box.
Listen, door. I would have you open. Ali Zebu.
Zebu. Okay, whatever.
It worked.
Okay.
Alexander pulls the drapery aside, curious as to what might lie underneath.
Okay, now we need to look at everything on the table.
On the table is a strange-looking stone that's giving off an odd, high-pitched noise.
That must be the Isle of Wonders singing stone. Didn't the queens think that the beast had stolen it?
On the table is a fleece made of gold.
That fleece must belong to the winged ones, and they thought the Isle of Wonder had taken it.
On the table is a coat of arms with the head of a beast on the crest.
Beast said that his coat of arms was stolen by the druids. This must be it.
On the table is a miniature oak tree. It looks very old.
That must be the sacred miniature oak that the druids thought the winged ones stole.
As Alexander looks at the objects on the table, he realizes the depth of the Wazir's cunning. It must have been the Wazir or an accomplice who stole that one thing most precious to each island, and then leaked rumors that one of the other islands was responsible.
What did the Wazir have to gain by causing the islands to hate one another?
Indeed. Okay, well, we've got enough time left that I think we're going to go ahead and stop right here, and then we'll have the dramatic finish coming up in the next episode. Well, thanks for joining me. This has been part 8 of our King's Quest 6 walkthrough, and I'm Pete Corsaro with Grouvee.com. And once again, thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.